Good morning. So today we will discuss about the network security or cryptography and network security. So this is subject is included in the fourth year, 7th semester. So we will see the definition of the network security. So before going to that, what is the network and what is the network security and what is the system security? So security means in the name that is we need to protect the data, we need to protect the system or internet, so our network. So whenever we use the system, the system may contain the useful information or data, so that data should be protected. So when you are using connected system, then the system is also having data, so the data may go out or the data may come into the system. So now you see the definition of information security definitions. First, computer security. What is the computer security? So here we have for this definition some collection of tools which will protect the data from the attacks. So collection of tools designed to protect the data from the attacks. So that is one definition. Again, network security, computer security or system security, network security. So again same way, so we will define, so measures, what are the measures which are useful to protect the data during the transmission, So here when the system is connected to the internet, the data may be sent out through the internet or the data may come through the internet to the system. So that's why it is data transmission. During data transmission we need to protect the data. So for example, when we are sending the data, in the middle of its transmission someone may capture the data, then they may analyze the data. So that is the purpose of this network security. Network security means measures, what measures we are taken to protect the data during the transmission. Then third one is internet security, system security, network security, internet security. So generally internet is a public resource. So when we are using our information, when we are sending our information through public, so there are a lot of possibilities are there where the data may be attacked. So that's why again here we are also having measures. Again protection. What are the measures taken to protect the data during the transmission over the internet? Sometimes, for example, LAN, you take the LAN may be connected to the internet, may not be connected to the internet, but in this case network, the computer is in the part of network, again that network is connected to the internet. So that's why during the internet, with the internet you may send the data or you may get the data. So that time what are the measures taken to protect the data? So here it is case is what are the measures taken during transmission within the network, whereas this one say desktop computer or workstation where the data may not send out, where the data may not get in. So that time only the data is stored in the system, and how do you protect the system? So these are the three concepts. One is the system security, then network security, third one is internet security. Next. So again details are given. So again same thing. So measures deter, prevent, detect and correct security violations that involve the transmission and storage of information. So this is internet security. So again we have the standard architecture, OSI architecture. That OSI security architecture means open system interconnectivity. Security architecture. So this is architecture where we use, where we follow while we are implementing our network security. So this is the architecture defined as per this definition. So ITU, International Telecommunication Union, they have defined a standard for this, that is TX.80. So as per this definition, so we need to provide these concepts. One is the security services, security mechanisms and security attacks. What are the security services, what are the security mechanisms, and what are the security attacks? These three are defined under the OSI security architecture. Next. So security services. So security services. So what are the security services? So this is the security services which will enhance data processing systems and information transfer of an organization, and intended to counter security attacks. So when the attackers try to attack, so from them how to encounter those attacks. Then using one or more security mechanisms and replicates functions normally associated with physical documents. Then again example, signatures, dates need to protect from the disclosure, tampering or destruction, or be notarized or witnessed, be recorded or licensed. So these are the security services. Definition: as per this X.80 definition, a service provided by a protocol layer of communicating open systems which ensures adequate security of the systems or data transfers. So there is one more definition as per the RFC request for comment 2828. So a processing or communication service provided by a system to give a specific kind of protection to the system resources. Again same thing, protection to the security system resources, protecting from the attacks of the system resources. Again security services as per the standard X.80. So one more concept under the definition of network security: authentication. What is the authentication? So this is the verifying the identity of the user, Like in India we use a Aadhaar card or PAN card for the ID purpose. Same way, when you are doing any data transaction from one system to other system, so both sides may verify the other side entity, user entity, identity, and that is what you call it authentication, peer entity authentication. Authentication. So assures that the communicating entity is the one claimed. For example, when A and B are communicating, A will verify the B's identity, B will verify the A's identity. That is a peer process or entity. So claiming, for example, A is sending the data, he has to show his identity. Next, data confidentiality. That is maintaining the secrecy. When you are having some data that should be kept as secret, that you call it confidentiality, protection of data from the unauthorized disclosure, that is confidentiality. Next, data integrity. So data integrity means when you are sending the data, whatever the data you send, the same must be received at the other end. So in case during transmission any errors or any corruptions, any manipulations may be made by the intruders, that can be protected. That is what you call it data integrity. What is integrity? Assurance that the data received is as sent by an authorized entity. Next, non-repudiation. Again, so authentication, data confidentiality, data integrity, and non-repudiation. These are the four terms which will define security services or security. So protection against denial of one of the parties in a communication. For example, A and B are doing some transaction. A may send the data. Later on, A may claim I didn't send the data. That cannot be done. That is not possible. In case this is implemented, that is non-repudiation. So these four terms will define what are the security services. So again details about the authentication process, confidentiality process, integrity, non-repudiation. So these four terms are defining the security services. Next, security mechanisms.